Thank you, man.
All right. Yeah, over here. Right now.
There's Mellow right there. What up, Mellow? Dusty Vision. Man, my man is always out, dude. Do your thing. Can't wait. Are you haven't gone on yet, have you?
Shocked out yet.
Okay, cool. My dude Mellow Mayonnaise right here, baby, about to rock it tonight.
Are we ready back there?
Yo, Gazelle, what we got? You ready, dog? All right, we got thumbs up, man. We got thumbs up right there from Gazelle right there. We ready, let's go. You ready to rock, right?
Come on, everybody, let me hear you real quick.
Go. Because I ain't no Where's my crew at?
Hello.
Rasa, how you feeling? You've had a whole lot of superstars on the stage here tonight, and you're gonna see some more. But right now, goddammit, this is my house. So when I say whose house, y'all say Mellow's house. Whose house? Mellow's house. Bring that shit. Put your motherfucking hands in the air. In the air. Let's go. Say hey. Woo. Let me tell you the story. God damn it. And the shit sounded like this. Check it out. Say hell yeah. Say hell yeah. Cuando llego. Cuando llego a la casa, esto es lo que pasa. Empiezo a gozar con toda la raza de mi no, te digo el rapeo. Soy el mejor y eso es lo que creo. El apellido es Reyes. No somos magos, somos los buenos, no podemos ser los malos. Me gusta hablar, me gusta rapear, me gusta cingar, me gusta cuidar. Pero si canto una canción, no va a ser suave, va a estar dura y esto tú lo sabes. Soy el mejor, debajo el sol, controlando el micrófono en español. Se levanta la mañana y no estoy ahí. Eso es porque dame fui, pero si tienes hambre, cómete un mango. Mira que atenta, tómate un baño. Digo lo que digo, este corazón, nadie me gana porque soy el más chingón.
Más chingón, güey.
Whose house? You gonna learn tonight. If I fall on that shit, I'm suing everybody over there. I want to give a shout out to my brother Sendog. Recovering from quadruple bypass surgery. When I got with Cypress Hill, we did shit like this. Check it out. Somebody make some noise in this bitch, goddamn. On the bully and I'm out here getting naughty. Oh, baby, it's the things that I be doing. Think I like to do it more than I like screwing. So get me in your car, honey. I wanna cruise it. I got a Jimmy hat in my pocket. I wanna use it. Take me Dog of a Tribe Called Quest. The type of music that reminds you what high school you went to. You know what I'm saying? What school did you go to? Yell that shit. I said, what school did you go to? Yell that shit. The type of music that makes you want to sing to it. Mellow Man is in the house. Make no mistake, goddammit. Whose house? Whose house? Now sing. Sing that shit. You got me. Nobody. That old school. That old school. Say old school. Say old school. Now scream. Scream. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out, baby. Then it was tremendo Leo. Last night you didn't go. Let's do what I said. Hey, you can ride the party. High in the sky. I bet you didn't know. Que conocí el cantinero. He told me you was drinking. Come and enjoy the bottle. Woman gives her own play. But first, really wanna ask you, let's see if they got, and please, what? Tell me love and love. Because I really need to know your necesito entender. If you gonna be or be, cause right now you just a straight today, y mañana, ain't got nobody.
I want to take it back to when you first got your big break. Mentirosa was, you know, the big hit, you know, that introduced you to the world. Tell us about what was going on with Mellow just before that hit, and just kind of how it all came along.
Word, yeah. I remember I had just gotten picked up from Delicious Vinyl Records, where we dropped the Mas Pingon record. You can see him rocking his shirt. And then we put out the Rhyme Fighter single, and it moved some units, and it got a good cult following.
That's the one where you're on the horse, right?
The label didn't like the fact that they pumped so much money on it and didn't yield the return. And it's a trip when you get to where creativity meets corporate interest. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but they didn't yield the return, so they was like, look, Mellow, we're gonna put out one more single, and if this shit don't hit, we're gonna have to drop you. And shit like that. Luckily, you know, I think it was in the sun, moon, and stars that for Latino people that somebody was gonna break that ground, and it was gonna be this record, Mentirosa. And then we put it out on Power 106. They put it on the make it or break it type of thing.
Yeah.
And in its first week, it beat Janet Jackson, Madonna, the New Kids on the Block, and that's kind of when we knew that we had something special on our hands, because Latinos as a community stood up and got behind the record, and they went out and they bought it. They requested the shit out of it. They went out and purchased it, and then next thing you know, the phone started ringing for concerts and shows and stuff like that. And I got to give props to my man Paul Rodriguez, the comedian. He was one of the first TV shows that put me on the show.
Okay.
And that's really when shit really started to pop off.
Nice, nice. Who did the beat? That fucking Santana sample is just classic. Who did that?
Yeah, that was Tony G.
Tony G, okay.
Tony G,
yeah,
who
legendary.
Produced La Raza for Kid Frost.
Okay.
Yeah, so Tony G, the mix master for K-Day, he was a drummer, a percussionist, and a music producer. So he put it together, and he was like, look, the most important part about that whole thing was when he said to me, don't come back to the studio until this record is bilingual. It was his idea. It wasn't my idea. And then the way I created that style was, see, we lived right here. And as you can see, the houses are only divided by a driveway. Well, there was a little kid in that house, because our bathroom was back in the back. Their kitchen matched up with our bathroom, and he said, I could hear him as I was sitting out here out front with Be Real, trying to write the song, but nothing was coming. We was having 40s and blunts and shit like that. And I said, I gotta use the bathroom, right? So I go in there, and then I heard the little kid, he said to his mom, Ama, I'm going to the liquor store, ahorita vengo. I'll never forget it, verbatim, that's what he said. And then my kind of like my Einstein light went on, and I was like, holy shit, that's the style right there.
Spanglish, basically.
Spanglish.
Yeah.
If I could do one line in Spanish, one line in English, and then repeat the process, put the rhyming word on the appropriate language, I got the style. So when I got back to the car, Be Real had wrote the Check This Out Baby part, and then the water valve opened up, a flow. It just, tenemos tremendo lío. Last night you didn't go a la casa de tu tío. All that whole shit just spewed out.
So who were some of the people that you were touring with and doing shows with back then?
We did so many different styles. Because I was a bilingual MC, I had a record popping in the Spanish market and in the top 40 and crossover markets as well as black music market, you know, and charts. We were doing stuff with anybody from like Celia Cruz, the Beastie Boys, Tribe Called Quest, Leaders of the New School, to Jose Feliciano, Grupo Nietzsche.
All genres, huh?
All genres.
Damn.
It didn't matter. It was like, it was a new frontier.
Yeah, tell us how important being on MTV was back then.
I think the importance of MTV in places like, and video shows like The Box.
The Box, the planet's only interactive music video channel. The Box, the only channel where you pick what you want to see when you want to see it. The Box, it's easy to use.
That really helped catapult me to the next level. I think The Box helped me to get on MTV because The Box, the fans had to call and order that. And order, if they liked you, they was gonna call and order your video. And I think when The Box really bubbled up, MTV saw that and they were like, we gotta have this kid on. And that's when I finally met one of my heroes, Fab Five Freddy, and we did Yo MTV Raps, and that really just took it to a whole new level. For me, it was very different. Until I met Fab Five Freddy, it was the house, not the house music, but the
Techno?
No, it was the freestyle music fans that really accepted me first. And then when we landed on Yo MTV Raps, that's when the hip hop community got a hold of it. You know what I mean? And I think all those things helped to build what it was.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter in what order everything happened. It just mattered that one thing led to another, dominoed into another, dominoed into the next. And that's how you create artists back then.
Would you say this specific hit, Mentirosa, that mostly women bought it? Because, I mean, it was so important to hit that market, and it seemed like that song was perfect for women.
Nah, to be honest with you, I think dudes gravitated to it first more than the girls. Because I remember doing concerts early on, and there'd be women hate groups coming with picket signs and shit, picketing my concerts and shit, like, oh, he's telling women, you know, this, that, and the third, and he's a misogynist. At first, I was kind of like scared, like, bitch, you don't know how hard I worked to get on, you know what I mean? And then y'all coming to these concerts and doing all this shit, but that helped put more steam on everything, you know what I mean? Like, when it would show up in the news and Mellow Mayonnaise, you know, the concert got, women's groups were out there, it just helped it all.
50,000 more sold right there, right?
50,000 more sold. And then women really, some women was just like, yeah, that's me, and took ownership of it. You know, and they would come out to the concerts and just love a nigga to death.
Yeah. Who's the one? Is it Dolores Tucker? She's the one, was the main one kind of spearheading that thing back then, right?
Yeah, Dolores Tucker.
I am here to put the nation on notice that violence perpetuated against women through the music industry in the forms of gangster rap and misogynist lyrics will not be tolerated any longer.
Shut the fuck